Page 50, Sword Dance. The top of the page, they're introducing you to some tempo indications. There's all kinds of tempo indications used in music. The three that they're showing here are all Italian words. A lot of times they're Italian. The idea is that no matter what country you come from or what language you speak, if they simply use Italian for everything, you learn what these are so you can understand what the music is saying regardless of the nationality of the person who wrote the music, who speaks a different language. Doesn't work totally because we still have a lot of situations where English-speaking people put in English words and French-speaking people put in French words, and there's other things. But for the most part, most of it really is in Italian. So it's worthwhile learning these words. You're going to see them quite a bit. And while I'm on the subject of tempo, I just as well give a little more. The tempo indication is usually above the staves, and it can change as the piece goes on. You can get fast or slow or whatever as the piece. So you have to watch out for the tempo changing when you're doing a piece. That's one of the things you're looking for. So as you see at the beginning of this, above the staves it says allegro, which means fast. Some people say it also means happy, but I'll come back to the happy. Allegro means fast to me. How fast? Well, I don't know, because there's faster than this, but it's fast, and it's different for different people. What's fast to you is different than what's fast to me. No. And one piece, what's fast, may seem faster than another piece is fast. So it's not a set value. You keep that in mind. Now, the tempo mark up there where allegro is, a lot of pieces, they don't actually give a speed or tempo. They give a mood or a style. And by that, you are supposed to figure out what the tempo might be. So it might say up there, happy. Well, from that, you're supposed to figure out it's probably fast. Or it might say sad. Well, that's probably slow. So, yeah, it's a lot of judgment calls going on here. And then finally, the tempo of a piece doesn't really necessarily have to do with the speed of the beat. The tempo has to be with the overall feel and flow of the piece itself. And a lot of that depends on what's in the piece. Because if you got a lot of little running notes going everywhere, it's probably going to go a little slower than something that's just got a lot of quarter notes and half notes in it. So we have to consider that too. To talk about tempo, you learn by doing. Over time you get an idea of what the tempos might be, and so you take your best guess at it. A lot of metronomes, they'll have the indications for the different Italian words for tempo and ranges, settings in the metronome. That's a general guide. Just a general guide. Keep that in mind too. Now, sword dance, let's talk about it. 3/4 time, no sharps or flats. So starting out right hand first here. Eighth notes, 1 and 2 and. 1 and 2. 1, 2, 3. Remember, the dotted half note is the same as 3 quarter notes. Drill that in. So here, 3 beats. Going on. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2. Get it? Let's go over to page 51, second line. 1, 2. 1, 2. Then you have a rest, and during the rest you got to come up here. Just come on up an octave, because you've been in this D position, now you're going to this one. It's really the same notes an octave higher. Okay. Then the next line, well, you get a rest at the end of that line so you can come back down here. And this is the same as it was at the beginning. Left hand. Keep the left hand soft. Everything we want to hear is in the right hand. Here you have that D chord. It's a D minor chord. It's here. Remember, a D chord was here, but this has got an F natural in it. And then 2 more, and then the F G or the GA 5/7 chord. There's a 1 chord without the D. That's all right. You'll notice there's a D in the right hand. It completes it. Over on page 51, second line, that A is tied all the way across the line. So you play it one time and hold it down for the whole line. And the next line's the same way. And then the rest of it is similar to what you've had. Put the hands together. Let's see what it is. Slowly. Here. 1 and 2. 1, 2, 3. You have a rest there in the left hand there. Make sure you play it. 1 and 2 and rest. Rest. There. Page 51, second line. Left hand. I held that down the whole time. Next line, same thing. You're up here, so forth. Once you can play it all like that, hands together, no hesitations, anything. The beat goes on, nice and steady. It doesn't matter how fast you go at this point. You're going slow. We got to learn the notes and the rhythms and all this stuff first, and we'll speed it up later. So next, we'll add the articulation, the staccatos and slurs here. The left hand doesn't have any articulation except a few staccato notes and chords, and you're going to play those with wrist. Hinge at the wrist, high, yeah, tight, okay. And you can do this at the wrist too. See, there. Keep this softer than that. We want to hear the A as you play this. So not too loud on those. And that's staccato. So as I play that, the left hand went up. Yay team. Let's go over to page 51, second line. I keep skipping the first line because it's the same as what we already did, more or less. Second line, you're all legato, all connected. So the whole line is okay, and then the next line's the same, and then it's just do the slurs and staccatos like they're saying. At the end, at the bottom, the last line, the last three measures here. And then there's staccato, but it's accented, a little extra oomph. On guard thing, and this and both hands are accented. And the left hand has an 8/8 under it. That means instead of here, you go here. So it's here. Yeah? Yeah. Once you can do that, add the dynamics. It's loud at the beginning. That's the right hand. Keep the left hand out of the way. Whatever loud is to you. And that differs. See, those chords, at the best, there's kind of a medium soft. Now we come down to medium soft for the right hand. The left hand has to be very soft. And then at the top of page 51, the line I keep skipping, you're loud. And you're loud for the whole line here. Down to medium soft. Now you got a crescendo, that arrow. You're going to come up to about a medium loud, so it's a little louder than medium soft. A little louder to here. You're heading right in there and you're going to stay there. And then at the end you come back down, and then next line, now you're soft for the whole line. The left hand has to be very soft. And that fermata, you hang on to that for a little while. When I do this with a metronome, I'm going to double it. I'll hold it for 4 counts instead of 2. And that's both hands there. And then you, 1 beat rest, you come back down, it's loud. Medium soft for the right hand. The left hand is soft or very soft. Loud. The whole line is loud. And then the last 2 chords are actually very loud because of the accents. The accent makes it louder than loud. So, and that fermata I'm going to hang on. You just hang on to it for a while until it's, you know, whatever. With a metronome, I'm going to double it. I'll hold it 6 counts instead of 3. That's what so I can stay with the metronome. That also helps if you're playing with somebody and you have a fermata. Everybody needs to know how long you're going to hold the fermata. So there has to be some way. Either you tell them, well, we're going to hold it this many counts, or you have to watch me and I'll give you some sort of a clue or a cue or something when we're going on. So everybody stays together. That gets a little tricky. I just hold it a certain number of counts and then go on in most cases. Get all that and you can play it. All the notes and fingering is there and the articulation and dynamics. Then you can start thinking about speeding it up. Allegro, well, they give you some ideas of metronome marks for these tempos up above. I don't know that I really agree with them. It's an opinion. I think 168 is a bit fast for Allegro. I would call that something else, more like a presto type thing. But obviously other people feel it's fine. Okay. You have to kind of, and that's just an idea. And that's the overall, well, they're telling you beats here. I'm telling you it's the flow of the piece. It needs to feel fast. Well, on this melody, what's fast? To me, that's fast. I don't know what speed that is on a metronome, but to me that feels fast. So we'll take it at that speed. I tend to want to slow down there just a little bit, but you don't have to. It's an interpretive thing. And then you go on. That's about my impression of what the fast might be. I don't know. If you're going to play a moderato somewhere in the middle, how fast do you? If you want to play it on Dante, that's kind of a nice, to me it's a strolling speed. If you're out taking a walk in a park, just strolling along, that's about an Andante. It's not necessarily slow. It's on the slow side of the mid-range. It's a ba. Some people will consider that slow, but it's different for different people. This piece is, they want it fast all the way through, and that's fine. I'd like to do a play with me with you on this to double check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do the dynamics, and we're going to go really slow. We're just checking notes and rhythms here. You can do all that dynamic stuff and speed it up later on your own. So I'll give us 3 counts, so let's try it together. 1, ready, and go, and 1. 2, rest. 1, 2, rest. 1, 2, hold, 2, rest. 1, 2, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, off. There was a duet part at the bottom here. I'd like to play that and you play what you just played, but I'm going to speed this up just a little bit. Now on this, I need you to take it up an octave because the duet part uses some of these notes and we're in the way. So just pretend middle C goes up an octave on the keyboard and play it up here. And also on the last measure at the bottom of page 51, that 8 VA, don't. Stay up here. Play them all here. Stay here because I'm here and you can't go down here, you get in my way and then it doesn't work out. We don't get along at all. So just stay up here. We're fine. I'll give us 3 counts and let's try it together. I'm going to speed this up a little bit, but I'm still not going to go full speed. 1, ready, and go, and.